God and evil, what's that all about? You see the house that we're in, and you see all the movies that we watch that scare us, that bring us into this place of fear, and it looks so decrepit, it looks so jacked up, and we're in a house just like that. But I want to come at the discussion about evil just a little bit different today. What you're seeing in this home that we're in right now is past it. Something bad happened here. It obviously went up in flames. There's still things here. There's memories that were here. There was a time and a place where this home was a joy for some people. There's a TV in this room. There's a couch in this room. There were people that would sit on this and they would have family conversations. There's a dining room table that was in this place, and all the different things that goes on inside a family. And yet something happened inside this home to bring it to the place and to the state that it's in. It's being brought back to a state beforehand, before it was built. If this house is left without being touched, in another 100 years, you wouldn't even know that this was ever a home to begin with. That's really the platform that we want to start with whenever we talk about God and evil. So let's not just start with the beginning. Let's take it just a few moments before the beginning. We see in Genesis 1:2, it says that the earth was formless and void, and then darkness. See, what's going on with these three things is what we're seeing coming back to in this house that we're in right now. See, whenever we talk about evil, we've made a categorical mistake. We keep talking about evil as if it's a thing, as if one guy would say, one theologian would say that there's thingness in evil, that it's something unto itself. See, we've made, again, a categorical error. Evil is no thing. What we see happen is from the very beginning, and again, right before the beginning, there was nothing. There was formlessness, there was darkness, and there was void. That's what was going on right before all the imposition of good. God was about to do something. God was about to bring good into the situation. So think about it. What words do we use any and every time we see something happen in the news? Anytime we see something like this happen, let's make it more personal. Think about the things that you watch, and we get amazed by people like a Charles Manson or these ones who have literally killed their own children, or even children that have killed their own parents in these merciless, brutal ways, or perhaps even the cannibals that we've heard about throughout the different decades and over time. What are the expressions that are used? You could feel a coldness. There was an emptiness, right, in their soul. There was a formlessness. They would take these beings that they were, these other human beings that they were hurting, and they would take away their form. They would mar their form in such a way to where they ruined that image that was impressed upon them at birth. You look at them, and what do we see? That when you look in their eyes, it was just what? It was empty. Or it was just there's a darkness in their soul. Isn't it very curious? Isn't it very interesting that we use those same three words, formless, darkness, and void, whenever we talk about people who are utterly evil? And so God was about to come on the scene and change everything. What do we see happen? In the next verse, we see, and God said, let there be light. Those words right there change everything. First thing we see, and God. We see entity. We see objectivity. We see origin. We see personality. What does it say? And then God said. Said is so powerful. We move past that word so quickly. But whenever we use that word, said, there's about to be language expressed. And here's what's going on. God is expressing the language of creation, of the whole universe. Everything that is and ever will be, He is expressing. And we just say, and God said. Sometimes we pass over that too quickly and too cavalier. But God said. We see language organize everything, all the laws of nature, all the laws of physics, everything that we experience, that we experience with our senses, that we see, that we hear, that we touch, taste, and feel and see, all those things we see happen and God said. He made things discoverable. So we have God, the personality, the entity, all those things. We have said, and God said. There's language introduced. There's creation introduced. What do we see next? And God said, let there be light. Everything that was once dark and null and void and formless, all of a sudden begins to take shape. And with this, God has just imposed Himself upon all that is. He's given it form. He's given creation form. He's given it light. Instead of a void, instead of an emptiness, He has filled it with purpose. He's made all things fit together. All things work together for the good. We see it all throughout the different days listed at the very end. And it was good, and it was good, and it was good. And He goes on until the very end. He said, and it was very good. He has imposed order into the whole situation. And what we see right here is the beginning of the tension between God and evil, the origin of God and evil.